Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Michael Mastro with Transformational Vedic Astrology. Today we're going to look at someone who's in the news, KimJongUn, who just had surgery a few days ago and really not sure about the outcome, as he has not been normally seen in birthday for his father or grandfather, a celebration, always there, but not this time. So we're going to look and try to figure out his chart. Now, there's many birth dates and no time of birth, so we had to do a rectification, but this chart seems to work pretty well. Born in North Korea. So here, if you look to the eastern horizon when he was born, you have Leo rising at 18 degrees, almost 19 degrees. That becomes the most effective point of every house. Any planet like Saturn, like Ketu Rahu, like Sun, like Moon, they're within 5 degrees. Actually, Sun is not. They have a lot of impact in the chart. So we want to look and see how the planets are operating and when they're operating and what we could do to rectify the chart. So, we want to look to see where the multicona signs take precedence. For example, we have Virgo and Gemini are ruled by Mercury, but Virgo is the multicona sign. It is the sign that Mercury is most closely linked with. So many planets rule two signs, but we're going to look at where the multicona signs are. Is what houses you find them in is what we came here to work on. So we have Virgo ruled by Mercury in the 3rd house. So this is about wealth and reputation. He's really concerned about what people think of him and the continuation of the marital bond. Then we have Libra in the 3rd house ruled by Venus. Business, communication, performing arts. He's really into music. And then if we look at the next multicona sign, we see Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter's in its own house here. This has to do with entertainment. He's really into entertainment and basketball and music. And then children and education, investments, all of that. And then you have the 7th house, Aquarius, ruled by Saturn, 11th sign, ruled by Saturn. So this is about relationships, partnerships, comforts living abroad. Then you have the 9th house, Aries, first sign, ruled by Mars. This is religion, beliefs, higher education, and then we have good fortune. So then we have, now wherever we see a multicona sign in the Dusthana or the challenging houses, 6th, 8th, or the 12th, that becomes a functional malefic for that chart. Normally, many Vedic astrologers see Sun, Mars, and Saturn always being malefic. I did for many years, and I kept seeing clients come, and they were in a Saturn period or Sadisat, and they were doing really well. They just got a house and a new job and married. So it's not always the case that it's bad for everyone. So I go by, whenever you have multicona sign in 6th, 8th, or 12th, like you have Cancer here, ruled by Moon, that becomes malefic for the Leo chart. And then you have, this is all about losses, expenses, spiritual growth through letting go of attachments, separations, feeling separate. And then here, the 1st house, life purpose, what you came here to do. Leo ruled by Sun. Life purpose through politics, leadership. So let's go through the planets themselves, see whether they're weak or strong. So Sun is just close to the most effective point, has a lot of emphasis in his life, gives him, again, life purpose through leadership. Sun is leadership, politics, which he inherited from his father, got great support from his family. They basically inherited his kingdom to be the supreme leader. And it can make you also very controlling, narcissist, dictator. Everything's all about him. He has to be the center of everything. For a Leo, you bow down to the king. If you don't bow down to the king, it's off with your head. And basically, many members of his family have learned that the hard way. So then Moon is at 22 degrees. Again, it's that functional malefic, and it's close to the most effective point. So it is afflicting the 12th house, the house that it's in, and then 7 houses away, which would be the 6th house. So health and could be affected, and then also hospitalization could be a possibility, feeling separate, things like that, and feeling like there's enemies. Okay, so then Moon represents mother, Sun is father. So he got this, feeling of wanting to be involved in music from his mother. She was a dancer from Japan, but she had breast cancer, and I think passed away early on. And yeah, so that made him feeling a little bit insecure, and the need for adoration and love, and feeling separate, the world against him. And also addictive behavior, chain smoking to calm him down, and drinking a lot of alcohol to lose control. He's a very controlling person. Again, insecurity, very secretive, antisocial, feeling separate. And Moon is in this house of partnerships and relationships, so that makes you feeling of not peace of mind, lack of trust of other relationships. Everybody's out to get me, being a victim. So then Mars is at 5 degrees. It's fairly strong in his chart, and makes him want to get things done, take charge, be militaristic, dictatorial, impulsive, though. He makes decisions, without thinking things through. It's tit for tat, I'm going to launch my rocket if you do this or that. If you don't pull your troops out of South Korea for the war games, I'm going to launch some missiles. It's kind of like that. And that scares a lot of people. And he believes in a very militaristic type governing agenda called the Rocket Man. Mars represents brother in this chart, and he killed his brother because his brother was not supportive, didn't trust his brother. Really into basketball, competitive sports. Loves Dennis Rodman. Mercury, and I think the Chicago Bulls, really big fan. Mercury's at 7 degrees. It rules this house of wealth and recognition. So wealth and recognition through communications. It's conjunct Jupiter. So publishing. He published a lot of manifestos, I guess, or things about politics. Not sure if he actually wrote them, but maybe. And then this is the house of entertainment, and this is the house of singing. So he's really into music and singing like that. And let's see here. Not so much into math and science. But he did get a degree in physics, I guess, and military in his own place. Now he did get a higher education with his brothers and sisters in Switzerland. where he went under a fictitious name. Jupiter, again, conjunct to Mercury, which is good. And Mercury is just slightly weak. Any planet that's less than 5 degrees doesn't have the power to, it's said to be in adolescence and can't promote or protect its own significations. And any planet that's more than 25, which there are none, would be in old age. So anyway, Jupiter, publishing gives, education of the masses through publications. Children, he has a daughter, I think, and some other kids possibly. This is the house of pets. The whole family's into horses, kind of a symbol of power, I think. And it's also connected because it's a little bit weak. The liver becomes weak, so it can affect he has diabetes and weight issues. So Jupiter makes things big, including your body, if it's weak. Venus is at 15 degrees. It's fairly strong in his chart. Gives him that love of music and communication through performing arts. It's in this house of exhibitions and creativity. Also represents wife in his chart, and pancreas, which can affect the diabetes. Saturn rules Aquarius in this partnership house. It's close to the most effective point and debilitated, so it is weak. Debilitated in the Navamsa chart. So it gives some mistrust of others in relationships, wanting to control others, feeling insecure, but gives him a lot of determination, and it does affect knees and ankles. He has issues with those. Rahu and Ketu. So this placement, Rahu in the 10th, Ketu in the family house, happiness house, so makes him feel separate from the family. He's always trying to live up to his father and his grandfather, living in their shadow. That's also about this moon placement here. And Rahu gives strong ambition and desire for power and career, politics. But these are close to the most effective point. So they also can afflict 5, 7, and 9 houses away. 6 out of the 12 houses. So career, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, a recognition. He's always worried about what people think. 6, 7, family. Father died. 8, 9. He was kind of a womanizer, had a lot of relationships, said to have executed some of his ex-girlfriends. 7, 8, 9, enemies and health issues. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, secretive about everything. 6, 7, career, 8, 9. Again, this feeling of separation. It's the world against him. Doesn't trust anyone. And let's see here. So that's pretty much how Rahu and Ketu are operating in this chart. Let's look at the timing of events. So in 2009, he got married, and that was during a Saturn period. Saturn is relationships, marriage. And then also, the tail end of that period, I think it was Saturn-Mars. So accident in a racing, he loved to race cars. So Saturn is accidents, and Saturn is knees and ankles. They were injured in the accident. Then in 2011, he became supreme leader during a Saturn-Rahu period. Again, power, ambition. It's been said he wasn't quite prepared for the job. He's one of the youngest leaders in the world. Let's see. Transiting Sun was in the 11th house. So 11th house is gain. So gain of position and power. 2017, his brother was killed, probably by him for not being supportive. And Mars, representing brother, was transiting the 8th house of death-like experiences. And then met with Trump in 2018. That was also during a Rahu, I think, period. So yeah, again, about the being recognized, or maybe it was Mercury, yeah, which would be the recognition, world recognition on the stage with Trump. Then we have just a few days ago, I'm making this probably on the 22nd of April, he had surgery, 4/12/20. Let's just look and see at the transit chart what was happening. That was a Mercury period, I think. So let's look at the transit chart. I think it's like this. No, it was actually the 14th. So you see malefic transiting moon is afflicting sun. Sun is heart. It was a cardiovascular surgery. And then you have Mars at the most effective point, transiting the house of health issues. So those are the major things there. And let's see, I think that's it. So let's see, what could we do to strengthen? Now this is the outer circle is the transiting planets, and then the inner circle is the birth chart. So it's nice to see how things overlay. Okay, so let's look at, back to the birth chart. What can we do to strengthen his weaker planets? Well, he could, Saturn, he could wear a blue sapphire. Venus, he could wear a 1 carat diamond on the ring finger. Jupiter, he could wear yellow sapphire. Moon, we don't want to strengthen with a pearl, because that we don't want to strengthen malefics. No K2, no hematite for Rahu or K2. Sun, a ruby. Yeah, so the Mars, a red coral. Or you could wear a locket containing the Devata yantras for those planets, and you wouldn't have to worry about the expense or the quality of the stones. It's really good to strengthen all the planets at once, not just one or two, picking and choosing, because they're all interconnected. So Kavash is a great way to do that. You can get it on our website at vastucreations.com. Then we want to transform the malefics. So K2, Rahu, and Moon. So Moon, you help women, elderly women, on Mondays. Do Shiva chants on Mondays. K2, you help spiritual organizations. Do Ganesh chants. Rahu, you do Shiva chants and help people who cannot help themselves. Donate to cancer, Alzheimer's research. So those are the ways that the chart could be corrected. If you're interested in getting a reading, you can go to www.vastucreations.com. Under services, you'll find different kinds of astrology readings. A yearly reading tells you a lot. And if you want to learn Transformational Vedic Astrology, as you can see, it's quite accurate. You can go to AmericanInstituteofVastu.com, and we have a level 1 and a level 2. If you want to get certified, you take the level 1 and level 2, and you can be a practicing astrologer. So thank you for listening. Namaste.